Here. What it do, what it do. Today's a very special day, an extremely special day. Today is Saturday, August 9th, 2025, which means yesterday was August 8th, which means yesterday was my 9-year locks anniversary. Wow, yeah. It's like, wow, how did we get here? Like, I feel like we got here so quickly. I really remember my year one. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I feel it kind of feels like a surreal moment. Like, I feel like time just kind of went like by so quickly. Definitely a celebratory moment, special date in the calendar for sure. I don't know. It's funny because I want to say I didn't think I would make it this far, but like when I decided to lock my hair, I knew I wanted to lock my hair. Like I really didn't see anything else. I remember I was having like a back and forth moments about, my acting career, but then, ultimately I just felt like myself as a person has to come first. So I mean, an early like problem that really wasn't a problem, just probably like a thought that crossed my path. And here we are 9 years later and I don't regret a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like acting with it, length and all. I'm excited to get into the video. We got a few things to talk about, more so feelings and things I've like become aware of and what I've learned and all that jazz. Definitely gonna do a link check, so stick around for that. Or if you like the hip hoppity hop throughout the chapters, you can definitely go ahead and do that. We'll compare it to our last video, which was in March, I believe, around like 8 years and like 9 months or whatever that was. 8 years, 7 months, one of those. At first, I didn't think there was lots of growth, but before setting up, the camera and everything, I looked at my hair and I was like, I think it did grow a few inches. I'm gonna have to get a measuring tape so we can get some accurate measurements. You know what I'm saying? But it grew a little bit. Everything is still the same. 9 years later, I still retwist with the aloe vera gel. Shampoo. I think I've made that distinction in my most recent updates that I'm not too picky with that. As long as it's natural, as long as it's vegan, I'm fine. I mean, what else you need? I mean, an oil, which I am sticking with my almond oil right now. I'm pretty happy with her. We've had some really good moments lately. I don't think that you need a lot of products in your hair. Like I know some people use different things like eco styling gel and beeswax and just different retwisting products that are very thick and heavy in ingredients. And I mean, to each his own, but for my journey, I can confidently say that I've kept it natural to the best of my ability. 9 years in, I don't think about trimming my hair at all. Like I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I feel like I have this fantasy of just being Black Rapunzel in real life, which is a real thing. Like Disney, get at me. Like I'm most interested in what my hair is going to look like at that length, what the health will be like. Because at this moment in my lock journey, I'm accepting the fact that the ends of my locks, like if they get a bit too thick, I can try interlocking them back, but I've come to the acceptance that it's okay to pull them or snatch them off. It's kind of just like trimming hair. It happens. It's natural. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything wrong or that I need to go see somebody, a loctician or anything. Still haven't been to a loctician. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a cool thing. That's a plus. I mean, originally it just was because, your girl didn't have the money like that. I think I started like 19, 20 years old. And I haven't been to a loctician this whole time. The only time I went to a loctician was in South Florida, Trinity for True, when I was thinking about dyeing my hair and I paid for a consultation, which I would suggest anybody do if you ever had questions or wanted to get some professional guidance on your hair, locks, whatever. Consultations usually range around, depending on who you go to in your city and all that jazz, consultations can range, I think, between $15 to $20 starting all the way up until $40, $60. Again, depending on who you go to. And I paid for the consultation. One, if I bleach my hair, because I think I never revealed this on YouTube as well. But the original color that I wanted to dye my hair way back when I had the contest was gray. He said that in order for me to get gray, I would have had to bleach my hair. I would have had to bleach the color out of my hair, stripping it of its like natural color, its hues, to like a white, a blonde white type of color, and then put gray or silver on top of that to get the gray color. And I was just like, this sounds like a lot of damage. I will say about the dyeing the hair, I don't mind temporary dyes, and I've looked into a few, so that might be coming. But other than that, mindset's still the same there. I can't remember my last retwist, honestly. I think it's been more than 2 weeks, or probably hitting like the 3rd week mark. But this is currently what the roots look like right now. No, not too crazy, nothing too, out the ordinary. Then really no need for a retwist. So that's where we're at with that. I feel like there's a lot of people that I started the journey with, like being 9 years in. There's a lot of people that I started the journey with that no longer have locks, whether I knew them personally in my life or through the lock journey itself, like through YouTube, Instagram, what have you. And I guess it's just interesting to see the journey within everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's growth, everyone's path with their hair. And some people still have their locks, like very few of us like are still sticking it through, and then there's some people that like cut them for whatever reason, and any reason is valid, but I don't know, I think that's just an interesting observation, because you think the people that you started out with are going to be the same people that like end with you, and that's not always the case. Yeah, again, 9 years, such a long period. Next year will literally be 10 years, and I really feel like I got to do something big for that. I'm thinking photo shoot, take myself out, get salt up, like we are in officially for a decade. I feel like ultimately what I've learned is that less is better, and natural is the way to go. When you pour all of that energy into yourself and like into just learning more about your hair, I can say that I appreciate my hair and my hair texture now versus when I first started. I felt like I wasn't as knowledgeable on my hair, Black people's hair. So I feel like that's been a journey in itself. Check out my last video about the ugly stage, because there was definitely a lot of internalized racism, I think, going on within myself. I can only speak for myself. It's just beautiful for me to see the growth, like to look back and be like, damn, like we're still here with it. So happy 9 years to me. Another thing that I've learned is just to be aware of like what I wear, builds up, lint, clothes, even when it comes to like my pillow, bed sheeting, and everything. This is not such a good example, but I do promise that this is like the only clothing material I have where I do have to look out for the fur, the cotton, because there'll be some times day to day where like I'll flip over my hair and I'll look down and I'll see like some lint in my locks, and I will have to pick it out like right then and there, because if you don't, it will get in your locks, and we can't have that. We can't have that. It's been a long journey, but I'm happy to be here, and thank you to everyone who's been rocking with me thus far. We still here with it. Okay, but yeah, now we're about to get into this length check. No cuttings, no trimmings, no none of that. So the length check is as it is, as when we started day 1 9 years ago in 2016, August 8th. Okay. Length check. So I definitely think we've had some growth since March, from March to April. Not at my butt, but definitely hitting the top. Definitely about to rest there. Like, this is me looking straight forward, and definitely a good few of my locks towards the bottom are resting at the top. Definitely, if I had to put like money on it, if I had to place money, feel me, place a little parlay, I would definitely bet that by next year, 10 years, I'm going to be at my butt. Like, I'm going to be like midway there or damn near passing. And I'm super excited for it. So yeah, that's all I've got. Again, happy 9-year anniversary to me. Happy Locksversary to me. If you're 9 years in looking at this video, happy 9 years to you. And let's stay locked, stay beautiful, stay you, be you, be true. And I'll see y'all on the next video. All right, peace. Much love.